Losers, cruisers, and dynamos. Which are you? Now I should start with the declaration that I did not come up with these terms, okay? Losers, cruisers, and dynamos is a term that a man by the name of David Meister came up with. So these are not my concepts, but I think they capture beautifully what we have been talking about so far in this series, which is the idea that you have a decision and a commitment to make. And in terms of your professional commitment, I've already encouraged you to be committed in a practical and meaningful way to a consistent and dedicated improvement process. But as you look around you, what you're going to see is that within the confines of legal practice, there are those three different categories of people. There are losers, there are cruisers, and there are dynamos. Now, while many people might aspire to be a dynamo because the word sounds good, it's not always as easy as it seems. So what are each category of people, and where are you going to fit? Losers, I'm hoping not many of the people watching this fall into this category, but these are people who essentially don't care to improve themselves at all. They seem to think that having gotten through their law degree, they can then rest on their laurels for the next 40 years, work will come to them, clients will appreciate them, they will be doing their job well, simply by virtue of the fact that sometime ages and ages and ages ago they did something that got them a piece of paper that entitles them to be a lawyer. Nothing could be further from the truth. Cruisers, a step up from losers. These are people who are content to do the bare minimum. They are generally at similar levels of competence in terms of their legal skills to a dynamo. The difference though is that they have stagnated. They have decided to stop their progression when it comes to their legal skills or their legal knowledge or whatever it is they need to grow in. They have stopped, they have stagnated. So wherever it is they got to in their processes, and they might be competent lawyers, they are content to remain there for the entirety of their legal careers. And you do find a lot of lawyers become cruisers over time. Again, it seems to happen around that fairly classic 5-year mark. Some people put a huge amount of effort in, and then they're like, well, I've pretty much I've done it all. I've hit that point that I'm prepared to stop at. I don't think personally that that's a deliberate aspiration of many people. Some people do that on purpose. And if that's you and you have decided that that's as far as you want to take something, then I respect that. What I don't respect is people who think they should be getting the rewards associated with diligent and constant hard work without putting the diligent and constant hard work in. And that is what distinguishes a cruiser from a dynamo. A cruiser will do the job. They may be a safe pair of hands, but they are not going to go the extra step. They're not going to do the extra thing. They're not going to take it a step beyond. They're not going to be constantly seeking out opportunities for improvement. And that's what I want for you. I want you to decide in advance that you are going to be a dynamo, that you are going to be constantly committed to improvement in all of the areas of your practice. Yes, the legal side, but yes, the skill side as well. How can you serve your clients better? How can you develop relationships with relative strangers better? How can you bring in business? How can you refine the law firm so that it is functioning as a well-oiled machine? How can you devote yourself to productive and focused work so that you get more done in a day? How can you be a good leader? How can you be a good employee? How can you be a better servant to your clients? If you have that mindset all the way through, that childlike approach to growth and exploration and potential, so that you are always looking for opportunities to improve and then implementing them and giving things a go, that will fall more readily into the category of you becoming a dynamo or being a dynamo throughout the duration of your career. A legal career can span a lot of decades. And what I don't want is for you to get to the point at any stage of your career where you think you know it all. Retain that humility, that teachability, and embrace the concept that there is always more to learn. and that will leave you with no option but to be a dynamo, because you'll be constantly progressing further towards the pinnacle of what the profession has to offer.